कोरोना की वबा फैली तो हर तरफ जिंदगी रुक गई, वक्त थम सा गया। बड़े बड़े तरक्की याफ्ता ममालिक जैसे हिलकर रह गए और फिर देखते ही देखते ये खतरनाक और जानलेवा वबा पाकिस्तान में भी अपने पंजे गाड़ने लगी।
अहम खबर से आपको आगाह करें, कराची में कोरोना वायरस का पहला केस सामने आ गया है।
इस आफत का मुकाबला करने के लिए हुकूमत ने नेशनल कमांड एंड ऑपरेशन सेंटर कायम किया। इस ना दिखाई देने वाले दुश्मन को शिकस्त देने के लिए तमाम फ्रंटलाइन वॉरियर्स पाकिस्तान के सब जिलाली परचम के नीचे मुत्तहिद।
NUTECH, an indigenously developed, sophisticated ICU-grade ventilator, offers 9 advanced modes of ventilation, including synchronized intermittent mandatory ventilation for both pressure and volume control, assist control ventilation for both pressure and volume control, mandatory ventilation for both pressure and volume control, pressure support, CPAP, and BiPAP. Saving a life is no easy task. Options for treatment vary based on the severity of injury, the prior health of the patient, the experience of the medical team, and the resources available within the hospital. For over 60 years, doctors relied on ventilators to supply oxygen and remove carbon dioxide. When a patient's lungs or respiratory system failed, ventilators oxygenated the body by forcing air into the lungs through a tube inserted into the trachea. As the ventilator pumps air into the body, the lungs inflate to mimic the process of breathing. When the ventilator finishes delivering a breath and the airway pressure drops, air is exhaled from the body and the lungs deflate. NUTECH offers interactive user-friendly graphical user interface to display parameters, to control ventilation parameters, and to receive user inputs. NUTECH is developed as per the international standards for electromedical device development, safety protocols, and safety critical software development life cycle standards. Some of the standards followed are International Electrotechnical Commission IEC 60601 Product Safety Standards for Medical Equipment, International Organization for Standardization ISO 80601, International Organization for Standardization ISO 62304 Medical Device Software. The NUTECH respiratory humidifier provides artificially warmed and humidified conditioning respiratory gas to patients that require positive pressure breathing assistance or mechanical ventilation. Now I will guide the step-by-step processes to initiate the ventilator. Firstly, we will connect the main power cable on back side of the ventilator to 220 volts, 50 Hz power source. Next, by pressing the start button, the system will turn on and perform a self-test to ensure proper functionality and working of internal equipment. This feature ensures the safety of patient, user, and machine before operation. The ventilator is now ready to use. Touch the start button and confirm the default mode setting by pressing the virtual knob on the right side of the screen to start the ventilation with default settings. Default setting for ventilator are as follows. Pressure controlled ventilation PCV mode, peak inspiratory pressure 20 cm H2O, PEEP 5 cm H2O, respiratory rate RR 12 breath per minutes. Inspiration expiration ratio IE ratio 1:2. NUTECH offers 9 modes of ventilation displayed here. By pressing the submenu button, you can access the following modes of ventilation. volume control, assist control, pressure control, assist control, volume controlled ventilation, pressure controlled ventilation, volume controlled SIMV, pressure controlled SIMV, pressure support ventilation, CPAP, and BiPAP. To cater for all kinds of users, NUENT incorporates state-of-the-art graphical user interface. User can also pause the graphs to study patient conditions clearly by clicking on the freeze waveform button. By pressing the ventilation setting, user can access ventilation modes and advanced settings. In the advanced settings section, user can change the parameters of flow trigger rate and apnea delay. By clicking on the alarm setting button, user can change the upper and lower limits of the alarms for the minute volume expired, respiratory rate, and peak airway pressure using the digital smooth touch knob. User can also access the alarm history of the patient. Date and time are displayed against the alarm type for easier analysis. User can also change the layout of the display of the measured parameters by accessing the measured parameters window. Here we interchange the parameters we want to see on the main display. User can also pause the sound of the alarms by pressing the audio pause button for a maximum time of 10 seconds. Humidifier control options are also available on the graphical user interface, from which we can power the humidifier. Now we will be displaying new vent testing procedures. In the volume controlled ventilation mode, we will put the ventilation on standby. The ventilator being connected to the lung simulator. We will here change the compliance to 50. Lung resistance to 5. Tidal volume to 500. Respiratory rate to 20. IE ratio to 1:2 and PEEP to 5. By doing all of these, we will monitor the real-time values of the ventilator. We have conducted more than 350 such tests on different modes and parameters with different lung simulator compliance and resistances. These tests are conducted as per the Pakistan Engineering Council ATP and international standards testing. NUENT is also tested by a third-party validation and verification body. At Pakistan Innovation and Technology Center, NUENT had a hands-on comparison with foreign imported ventilators by using state-of-the-art ventilator testing apparatus. After successful testing and validation, NUENT is now qualified for the clinical trials by Drug Regulatory Authority of Pakistan and Pakistan Engineering Council. Thank you.